Hey, my peeps, how you doing? The RF's killing us softly here, because it is killing us softly. Although most adults just go through life and it's a blur for them. It's just one day after another. They're in a vicious loop. The ones I really feel sorry for are the young, you know, the young men from 10, 11, 12 years old to 22, 20. They spend a lot of time in their head, that age group, and there's so much synthetic frequency being pumped through them. They can't even fathom. It's like the Earth has a resonant frequency. You know, some people call it the Schumann frequency. You can call it whatever you want. What it boils down to is a sine wave. That is a really strong, consistent sine wave, and that sine wave is being piggybacked by literally millions, billions, probably different frequencies, but many, at least million, at least many frequencies that cause mad confusion in those that live inside their head. And specifically young boys from, like I said, 10, 11, 12 to, you know, 20, 20, 22 years old, spend a lot of time inside their head and trying to figure out who they are and what they should be doing and how to act and stuff like that. And they don't have a chance. They don't have a fair shake at it. It's it's tragic, and it, because I'm aware of that, it really infuriates me. And also, I really want to help them. There's there's no manual that teaches this, although there's hints in everything. Unless you're conscious of those hints and where to find those hints, it's just you're searching in the dark, like I was, to find this stuff out. It hasn't benefited me. It's definitely benefited others. For the most part, it's others that weren't deserving. But every once in a while, you know, I've managed to help out somebody in need when they're at the kind of the end of their rope, and uh, they managed to hear me. Whether it was about their drug addiction or about their suicidal tendencies or about leaving the house. I've helped several people with certain issues. And I can help most people with a lot of issues, honestly, because everything boils down to radio frequency. The uh, the language is used against us. There's an echo on the system, and there's hints right out of the alphabet about it. Right, like you go to UVWXY, right? Like U and like UV, and then there's two V's together that make W. It's an echo. It's a hint to the whole thing. U's doubled, and it's the only letter in the alphabet that has one more than one syllable, and it's got three of them. It's like the first letters and the last letters of the dictionary. Actually, or the actually the alphabet. My entire life, every time I heard the alphabet or said the alphabet, it was like a story to me. It wasn't just like a line of letters. It was honestly like telling me a story. It always was like that. I don't know. And the story would just evolve the older I got, the more I grew. And trust me, I grew in a box just the same as everybody else. And by the time I was 36 years old, man, I had this world wrapped up. I figured I'd seen everything. I knew pretty much anything I needed to know to thrive on this planet. And literally, it was like the next day or a couple days later, I it was like my eyes. I went from being kind of at the top of the food chain to like and feeling really smart to the bottom of the food chain and feeling really stupid. Like, how did I miss all that? How did I miss it? Like, how is that even possible? I know there's some wise quotes out there that are like, you know, about how somebody says they're smart, they're really dumb, and somebody says they're dumb, they're really smart. Well, I felt really, really smart and found out how dumb I was. And as dumb as I am fucking so more intelligent than the people around me. It's shocking. Like, but to the young men out there that are struggling and growing up in this upside down backwards world, having all these different thoughts run through you and confuse you, just know they're not all your issues. Very few of them are your issues. Most are somebody else's issues. But recognize that you have an echo on the system. You might have to change those you associate with to get away from those echoes. But recognize you'll when you go to better yourself, you're going to become a target for intense frequencies to pull the carpet from underneath you, keep you down, keep you confused. The moral of the story is just know that that confusion isn't your doing. There's a conscious effort to mess with your subconscious and to mess with your brain matter that you aren't in control of. So keep that in mind when you're losing your shit. You aren't alone. Everybody's going through it. Just some people don't care and they never look and they'll never look. They're content in a prison, being told what to do, told how to do it. No outside the box thinking. My stepfather was one of those guys, you know. He was really good at making money, but he couldn't change the oil in his car. And yeah, he built like 4 or 5 or 6, 7 houses, but it's a miracle they're still standing because he's definitely a hack. So you can't really have any pride in yourself if you want to succeed in this world. You just have to throw any self-conscious out the window, right? And the best I can tell, there ain't no fucking reward for doing things in a civil manner. There, that reward only lies with you because the effects that are going to come with it are brutal. I don't know if I'm really saying the right stuff to help somebody, but knowledge is power, and that ain't a lie. Here's something that is true, and just know that you're believing in something is way different than knowing something. Knowing something is way more powerful than believing something. Our expectations, what we expect, are effectual. So try to expect something in your favor. And really expect something in your favor. Fight the RF to fail, you know? RF is killing us softly. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Thanks, my people.